Thanks for joining today. My name is Zoe Waller and I'm a Professor of Drug Discovery at UCL School of Pharmacy. This video is about our latest research which looks at peptides that bind i-motif DNA. So let's start with what is i-motif DNA? Well, when you hear about DNA, you might think about a double helix, the structure first determined in 1953. I-motif DNA is an alternative structure to the double helix. It is four-stranded, and this shape of DNA is involved in the way genes are read. Well, what about peptides? What is a peptide then? Well, you've probably heard about proteins. You might have noticed that they are everywhere at the moment. Proteins are important for the structure of cells. They can act as enzymes to catalyse reactions in the body, and they are helpful for transporting molecules and also regulating bodily functions. Proteins are chemically similar to peptides, but they are a lot bigger in size. And both peptides and proteins are made up of amino acids. You may have already heard of amino acids. Your body uses 20 different amino acids, 9 of which are regarded as essential and must be consumed through diet, while the other 11 can be produced by the body. Proteins are built from chains of amino acids which are linked together by chemical bonds and folded into a specific shape. A peptide is a short chain of 2 or more amino acids. So in effect, peptides are a medium-sized molecule which is a halfway house between amino acids and proteins. A peptide you might have heard of is insulin. Insulin is a hormone produced in the pancreas which is important in the regulation of the amount of glucose in the blood. Another peptide that's been in the news more recently is semaglutide. This is a GLP-1 receptor agonist. You might have heard it being called something like Ozempic. This peptide mimics the actions of a hormone called incretin. This is important in the digestion and absorption of food, and it also contributes to the body's regulation of blood glucose as well. In this work, we've discovered 5 new peptides that can bind i-motif DNA, and we studied 2 of these in detail, PTN and VSC. Here are the structures of the peptides that we focused on. Notice they are much smaller than insulin or semaglutide. These peptides were found to bind i-motif DNA in the c-Myc gene. So let's look at cMyc. What is cMyc? Well, cMyc is a protein that controls cell growth, proliferation, metabolism, and death. It is often mutated or overexpressed in cancers, and this drives tumour development by increasing cell division and blocking normal cell death pathways. In cancer, cMyc is often persistently expressed. This leads to increased cell proliferation. More cells are made, and then this contributes to the formation of cancer. So in this study, what did we find? Well, these peptides, PTN and VSC, these bind i-motif DNA. And this then reduces the reading of the cMyc gene. This means that these peptides could be used to probe this special DNA shape called the i-motif. They could be used to learn more about cMyc and how it controls cancer. Or these peptides could be developed into medicines in the treatment of cancer. This work was funded by the BBSSC, part of the UK Research and Innovation Funding Agency. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and see you next time.